everyone who drinks is not a poet. Some of us drink because we're not poets.
A real woman could stop you from drinking.
You have to be a real big woman.
I don't know no better, so let's blame the weather. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. Well, my music's rolling, I'm moving to that kick and swing, and I put Zeppelin on when I feel the blues. I put Zeppelin on when I feel the blues.
They do?
Yeah, dude. After the floor is lava, we had like literal asshole photos being sent to us. Like, hey, you want some bussy?
It's funny
And
because they thought the same thing when they saw your photos.
All right.
That's a weak high five. Sorry.
Alrighty, I am Eric Rocha. Welcome to Behind the Cork. And on my left,
Mitchell Verzi at Mitchell Verzi on Instagram, at Verzi Triplets on all of the platforms, almost at 1 million on TikTok.
congratulations.
Thank you.
And on my right,
Luke Allen at Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram, hosting live from the 405 podcast.
alrighty.
Shit.
And our guest today, one of my best friends. I love this guy, Mr. Rob Banks.
What's going on?
What's going on, Bobby?
Yes, that's his real name.
Robert Banks.
Yeah.
It is. So, anyways, welcome to the show. We're just kind of messing around. But, guys, we have a little piece of business that we have to get to.
Oh.
Right away. Okay.
What?
So, I don't know if you're aware of this.
You're on a weight loss journey?
Not at all.
Okay.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but something very special happened.
What?
Okay, and we'll be celebrating it this Friday. It is somebody's birthday.
Oh, my goodness.
my word.
Oh,
It's
my
Luke Allen's
gosh.
birthday. Wouldn't you know?
Uncle
Yeah.
Luke.
You thought I forgot.
35, I'm turning. Big 3-5.
Hey.
Big
April.
Wow.
Big
April
65.
Boy.
Yeah, don't buy me nothing. Don't come to my party, myself and Jordan Bauer's penis parties at the Great Wall Chinese restaurant on Sherman Way.
Oh,
From
you're
Manningham
having a
Drive.
party.
Well, didn't you guys come to mine once? I swear you guys came.
We came to the one at Barney's.
Oh, okay. No, this is different. When we went to the
Barney's?
Chinese place.
I think that was Eric's birthday at Barney's. We
You're right, that
we
was
had the
Roach's
Mexican
birthday.
place.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we went to Mexicali.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
That was
big,
good.
that was a big
That
4-0.
was for my 4-0.
The 4-0.
I remember that.
I didn't know you did. Did you?
Yeah.
Must not have gotten the invite for 4-1. Or I
I was in
working.
Florida. That was last year. I was in Florida.
Oh, I was in Florida. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You're in Florida.
You were
my
getting
mom's
out
house.
of Dodge.
Fuck yeah, I got out of Dodge.
Oh, my goodness. What is
Oh,
this?
thanks, mister.
Carvel
Is this
cake.
Even got him a birthday
It's a
cake.
week. It's a 6
birthday
days early.
cake.
It's illegal
No,
to
here's
use this.
here's the thing. So you didn't get me the cake that I love.
I know, I
For my
fucked up.
birthday, you got me the cake that you like,
Strawberry.
which was actually more of a Rob Banks move. But what
I forgot. I feel so
love,
bad about that.
I love ice cream cake, and I know you probably can't eat it right now because your stomach's
Yeah.
trying to kill you.
Yes, I'm
But-
dying inside slowly.
But I did want you to blow out the candles, and audience, we're celebrating. He's a staple in the show. We
Uncle
absolutely
Luke.
love
Thanks.
this
I belong in a stable. I don't know what that means. 'Cause I'm a wild stallion. That's why.
Oh, that's. Oh.
Hey now, HAY. More stable jokes.
What kind of maniac doesn't like
What,
ice cream
what type
cake?
of.
I do. I like it. I forgot that he liked it. I got him the wrong kind.
Yeah, I
love ice
remember
cream
that.
cake. Yeah.
Strawberry. I remember that.
It's chocolate.
It's like the cheapest cake you could find.
It's vanilla frosting, chocolate
I mean,
cake,
my
strawberry
favorite
filling.
is ice cream
I love
cake.
it.
I
So
love-
in
I
your
love ice cream cake.
in your defense, it actually worked out for you.
Yeah. See that now we coming totally even here. It comes
But
full
Rocha
circle.
literally just bought. He didn't care about your birthday. He bought this anyways, and then
all
remembered
right.
it was your birthday. He had a notification. Oh, okay.
Happy birthday,
Let's
Lou.
good thing
It
I already
says.
bought this.
He was gonna go face down on this fucking thing and eat it like a pig in a
He's-
trough.
He's gonna eat that
Test it to
4
make sure it
a.m.
wasn't poison.
Yeah.
You need one of those Britney Spears fucking headsets for this. He's trying to work the box here while we're recording.
Yeah, he stuck a straw and it sucked all the ice cream out. Just
What-
frosting in the
When you guys are July? Your
June.
birthdays?
June 3rd.
June.
There's a lot of
Yes.
April birthdays.
Look
though.
at this. This is a
common.
beautiful cake.
Oh, that's nice. That's so cute.
Look at this.
That looks fucking delicious. God damn it. I want to eat some. I'll be up all night if I eat it with my old guts. My body's 42. My innards are fucking 84. Fucking Joe Biden's in better shape than me. Fucking stinks.
What are you gonna do with it then? Just look at it?
Yeah, watch you guys eat it.
It's
I just ate a shitload of Thai food. I'm like so fucking full. I want to die, and I got a splitting.
Oh, no
headache,
wonder
too.
your stomach's upset.
No, it is. Anyways, there's something.
He's got, well, you had
Something's
a kidney stone earlier this year too.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So Lukey's had some trouble lately.
I don't know what's going on.
I feel like you always have kidney stones.
No, I only had one. I hope I don't get more. They're not pleasant.
Stop being mean to your grandpa.
Watching his set feels like you're passing one. Look at
All
this.
right, everybody. Ready? Mike's away.
Don't let my mom know we're doing this early.
Birthday to you.
Sorry, audience.
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy
Birthday, dear Uncle Luke. To you.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks a lot. Oh, so special.
You gotta
Thank
blow it out with the mic.
Make
right
a
next to
wish.
you.
Okay.
Oh, look at
You don't
that.
wanna know what it was.
Still alive, fucker.
Nice.
4 candles.
This is good to do on the air. He's getting up and now he's getting cakes to cut the fucking thing up with.
Well, he didn't want to ruin
So
this.
awkward.
Oh my
What do you
God.
need?
Real
Yeah.
professional podcast here.
Can we eat this while
Plates-
we're doing the
plates are up there.
Oh,
podcast?
shit. Just fucking grab a handful with your fingers.
You brought popsicles. I don't know where you put. Probably in the freezer.
Anyways, here. This is something you can't eat.
Oh, thanks, man.
There we
Tootsie
go.
Pop.
One born every minute. You got me a
well-
big thing of sucker. I'm still working on the box you got me for Christmas. You're really sweet on me. Boo. I got to stash them or else everybody else in my fucking work will eat them. So I got them hidden in the cupboard.
Did you? What did you wish for? Can you give us a hint?
No.
I don't even think you probably forgot to wish.
I did, yeah. I
didn't
didn't. I just fucking blew it out. I forgot about that part.
Okay.
I wish that hadn't happened on the air. That was my wish.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate none of that will make the cut.
Oh. Still
There you go, came true. Look at that. Woo! Best birthday ever already. 5 days out.
Do you?
Some would say that was more entertaining than previous podcast.
Yes. Yeah, I'll take that over certain other segments that we've had.
You should do that for every podcast.
You should, yeah. Bring out dessert.
Guys, it's Luke's birthday again.
We can get more out of the fucking actual cake than certain guests. God sakes.
Luke, I thought it was your birthday the last 3 weeks.
Have
Do you
you
feel
seen
di-
his teeth? It looks like he does celebrate it every day.
Why? Because I eat so many sweets?
He just got a mouthful of crooked teeth.
No, okay.
Still
He looks like he
white.
grew
I
up
don't get
chewing
that.
on rocks.
I didn't get that one. Okay.
I mean, they're not in any specific order.
I didn't wear my teeth were supposed to be straight. I didn't wear my retainer. And then my father was thrilled with that. $12,000 or something to spend on braces.
When did you get
I heard
braces?
the dentist hung himself.
He was hung. Don't ask
when-
me how I know.
When did you get braces?
You might feel a little prick in your
1983.
mouth.
I think it was in 10th grade.
Okay. And you never wore it. But they were
Well,
straight.
I got
They were
it.
straight.
They were straight, and then I got a retainer that fit my mouth weird, and it really. I talked like fucking Donald Duck with this thing. It was a mess because I got this weird. It was a weird biological effect. 'Cause I had this really tall, weird roof of my mouth goes way up into my
Oh,
head.
so you had to get one of those things
I
that
talk like
cranked
Sylvester the Duck.
Well, this is like a plastic one that fit over my teeth. It was weird. It was like a new thing that they did a mold to your teeth, and they put this plastic thing on it. It was supposed to hold them in place.
Oh, I had like an expander where they had it up top.
Yeah, that's
Oh, they had
that's.
to
I wish they gave me
turn
that
it,
one.
right?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one's normal.
I fucking hated that so
Yeah.
much.
I heard of it.
And this
That
was clear,
terrible.
and it was super easy to lose, and I lost it twice, and they only gave you 2. And they're like, well, a new one's $1,000. And I was like,
What?
I guess I'll be a gambling man and hope they stay straight. And they didn't.
Yeah, they really didn't.
Nope.
It's all right.
It's like your teeth
You're
are shuffling.
Yeah,
try
to
just-
develop a really good personality
Yeah.
that we're still waiting on.
just add that to my tab. My crooked eye, my fucking golf ball, my throat, crooked teeth. Well, what else? Rotten guts.
Sounds like things are going well.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, at least you
But
got
fantastic.
next
Just getting
year's
laid,
Thanksgiving.
left and right.
Next year, let's just light him on fire.
Yeah, no shit. Put arsenic in my fucking cake. Just like have a hand come out with a gun like under the table and just
Hey, if it makes you feel better, you got some sweet pythons. All right, you fucking crank up weight,
thanks.
and you got some killer legs. So
Nobody's been able to guess your real age.
These little things. I mean,
Look at
come
those-
on,
look at
let's- No implants
they
here.
move wagon wheels.
Poor Rob saw his balls when he lifted up his leg and
know.
showed the calves.
It's one of the lucky
Scarred for
ones.
life.
You saw the legends. You saw the old baby
The
makers.
myths.
Yeah.
Why did Rob gouge his eyes out?
Now I have crooked eyes.
Contagious. Watch out.
That's why we got Bobby, everybody. That's it.
Don't sit too close to me. You'll catch it. They call it crooked eye fever.
Yeah, I mean, if your car breaks down, Luke will come and help it on the
There it
side of
is.
the road.
See?
What do you mean?
Middle of the night when it's raining. I heard that's what you like to do.
I'll do whatever it takes. Okay, I'll hold the umbrella over you.
In
Just fucking stick your hand in my pocket, anything. Shake it around. $5.
So, Rob Dog, I wanted to ask you, congratulations. You just did a feature spot in San Diego for the
Oh,
great
yeah, you did.
Josh Potter.
It was a fun time.
Snap!
Great.
How was it,
Great.
man?
It was fun. It was a blast. The show was great. Sold out. Great audiences. Great crowd.
Well, especially Josh's crowd. I feel like Josh's crowd does not give a fuck, which is awesome.
Right,
So
that
I'm sure
whole-
you crushed it.
Your mom's house crew just.
Yeah. They're just savages.
It's an
They're all
awesome
fucking
fan base.
animals.
I think there was one guy who messaged me after, and he grew up in like Lancaster, Ohio, which is like close to where I grew up. So it's funny to see that like interactions. But I almost got a fucking
You were Ohio bros.
Yeah, I know, right? But I almost got a DUI on the way home. I told Eric a little bit about it.
Oh, yikes.
Fucking.
This story's amazing.
Oh my god.
Explains
We're,
why I'm the only one drinking right now. Bunch of fucking.
I'll have a beer. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're out of beer.
How the fuck can we be out of beer?
'Cause
I
you
bring
always
over a
bring 'em.
sixer
You bring 'em
all
and
the
we
time, and
crushed
I
it.
don't drink them all.
I had to drink on that last episode. I mean, I drank 5 beers on that last one.
You drank 5
You only
fucking
bring
beers?
6?
Well, no, Brock had 1. I had 4. You had 1.
Wow.
You
No beer.
usually always bring stuff. This is the only time.
On Luke's birthday.
Yeah, I mean, we had the
I'll be
whiskey.
like his
Salted.
mother.
My cake just instantly melted.
There's 1 White Claw, and we got whiskey. That's
All right,
Oh,
I'm
man.
drinking the White Claw.
Do
Oh,
it.
man.
Fuck it, we'll do,
Do
it
it.
live.
It's bottom left.
The White Claw. Those are brutal.
Wait, hold on. You almost got a DUI. What
Yeah,
happened?
yeah. So we're driving back, and during the show I don't like to smoke or drink before I go up. So after my last set, I was like, I want to catch up to the party, you know. So I smoked this whole joint to myself, and I had like a couple beers. I didn't go crazy with that, but the joint was like, my gauge of it is I met up with fucking good old Fred Murphy the next day, and I gave him one of those joints that I had smoked to myself, and he took 3 hits, and he was like coughing up a lung. And so that gauge where I was, so because I smoked that whole joint, and so we're driving back to Los Angeles. We just got out downtown, and we're on the freeway, and we're smoking a blunt on the way back. And so we're passing
Another
back and-
one?
Yeah, you know.
Jeez.
And
don't.
so we're passing it back and forth, and I was swerving as we're passing it, which, you know, happens. And this cop just came up right behind me. I was like, oh, fuck. The lights came on, and I was like, oh, my heart just is like racing.
Dude, worst fucking feeling.
Oh my god! I was like, my life's completely over. Like, I have my day job, I drive, so it's like I'm just like extremely fucked. And then, but it's weird because they pulled us over near a highway junction. So he didn't pull us over on the freeway. He's like, we're gonna get off the freeway at the next exit.
Yeah.
And so it bought us an extra minute of time to like figure out. I was like, all right, I'm gonna say the blunt is yours, like for sure. And I was like, all right, can you get the gum that I have in my middle console thing?
Yeah, they never fall for that one.
Yeah.
I tried that when I got pulled over for an almost Dewey.
Which, by the way, if you look at Josh, you could easily blame the weed on him. That's I mean, he looks like a dude.
Yeah, and he's like, I got
Who
your back.
never stopped smoking weed.
Right.
So.
And so he
He just goes up. It was his.
hey, can you get me right out of here? I don't know this guy that well. So we get off the freeway, and then the cops on the loudspeaker. He's like, we're gonna make a right in the street. So we make a right in the street, and we're waiting there. I roll both the windows down, and but the blunt had been put out. And as the cops went up, I swallow my piece of gum because I was just so nervous. The cop
Good
was-
move.
And he's like, license and registration, all this stuff. And I was like, I was still fucking high as a kite. So my registration's in my glove box. And I was like, all right, I got another blunt in the middle console. So I don't want him to see that.
Yeah.
And so I went to turn on the light, and then I just stopped. And then I opened the glove box. I was like, I can figure this out. And it's completely dark. And I was like, and so then I put my hand up a second time to turn on the light. And then fucking, I hand the registration. She's like, all right, insurance. And then I look at my phone. There's a huge weed nug on my cell phone. And I took, my insurance is on my cell phone. So I was like, man, I can't just blow this off in front of this cop. So I just have to hand him my fucking phone with this weed nug on it. And he's like, okay, how much you been drinking tonight? And I was like, I'm sorry. And then he's like, how much have you had to drink tonight? I was like, I haven't had anything to drink tonight. I said it's so like lackadaisical. Like,
I just want to say one thing. You should be a cop, Rob. Just the way that you're telling this story, you're like, I said how much have you had to drink tonight? I was like, go easy on yourself.
and then he's
Terrifying.
like, he's like, can you get out of the car for me? I was like, oh my god.
Wait, do it in your cop voice. What do you say?
He's like, can you get out of the car for me real quick? Come on, step in front of the cruiser.
Rob with his Mountie hat.
Fuck. That sucks.
Hands 10 and 2. And so he does the eye thing where he has you put your feet together and then he's like, just follow with your eyes with the finger. And I didn't. And he's like,
That's a tough one for Luke, by the way.
I was gonna say that, the cops tried that, and the last one just quit. Like, I can't do this anymore, and just left.
he's like, you can take the cruiser.
Left his car with the lights and everything. Yeah.
He works at Jersey Mike's now. He makes sandwiches.
Yeah.
And so I do the eye test, and he's like, you just must be tired or something.
Wow.
He's like, here you go. And when I was back on the road.
Wow, dude.
With the weed nug. Oh, wow.
And the car reeked. You know what I mean? We were smoking a tobacco wrap. What was it? The purple Swisher Sweets.
Yeah.
So it's like it reeked. So I got in my car the next morning on Sunday, and it was like, holy shit, this car like.
It was like blues musicians in the 50s had less fucking weed and paraphernalia in their fucking car than this guy. Jesus Christ. Fucking driving home from Woodstock, this guy.
You must just be tired.
Yeah.
What Rob didn't tell you was fucking Potter had a shotgun on the cop.
Yeah.
He couldn't see it all. He was pointing way the other way. It's like Daredevil. Just got to hear his voice.
And
Keep talking, Rob.
I got back to the car, and Josh was like, that was pretty quick.
Do you think that maybe he might have recognized Josh? Like, because Josh has a very cold following. So there is a chance that maybe he's like,
I think it was just white privilege, really.
Okay, well, that also helped.
I think that's really.
I had a couple of those.
The cop was an older white guy, just bald head, and like you can tell he was probably like a captain or something like that.
Yeah, so I guess he doesn't really need to prove anything. It's just kind of like,
But
all
it's
right.
also crazy how it's like when he did that eye test, I'm like, he could easily be like, no, you did something here where I need to do a breathalyzer. Like you can easily lie and
Yeah, you can
manipulate
bullshit.
things.
It's such a crock of shit.
Yeah, I'm like,
Meanwhile, I drive by you and I just click my seatbelt and he's like, "Get on the ground, you faggot!"
He's got a gun.
Dude,
Damn.
that's
But that'll make you
It's
shit your
crazy.
pants, dude.
oh yeah,
Those false alarms.
my
Oh my
adrenaline
god.
was going. Oh my god!
I cannot-
Now we still had to drive the next 2 hours back to Los Angeles.
Jesus Christ.
So you were in Orange County at that point.
No, we were just outside of San Diego. We were still in San Diego when that happened.
Damn.
And
Might
then
have went
we,
easy on
worse.
and we
Yeah.
got close to LA, and then we smoked the other blunt. We had like 30 minutes out. We're like, all right, let's spark up.
I would have been 10 and 2 the entire way back, going 68. Not
Your,
fucking
your
around.
hands up here on the steering wheel.
That's what I was doing 10 and 2 in the middle lane.
Yeah, I mean,
Because it also tripped me out because when I pulled off and turned around to get back on the freeway, and to get back on the freeway through the light was just straight, and then the cop just pulled right back behind me, and I was like, I'm not doing, like, I just made a left. I was like, I just gotta get this guy the fuck away from me because I'm not too anxiety.
That was a fucking close call.
We were doing, I can't remember if it was Irvine. No, it wasn't Irvine. So it was myself, Joey, and Lee.
Joey who?
Joey gets pulled over. Joey Diaz, you fucking asshole.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. I don't know if the
So-
listeners know that.
Joey gets pulled over, and he's already kind of upset. Just something happened at the gig that shouldn't have happened. So we're in the car, and I'm just being quiet. He's like, "Great, now great." And he pulls over to the side, and we're all just quiet in the car. And we're like, "Fuck!" And then Lee just goes, "Do you think he's gonna give you a ticket?" Joey just goes, "Why don't you shut the fuck up already?" It was so fucking innocent. And Lee just kind of giggled.
I've had,
What
it's
was he doing,
weird.
speeding?
Yeah. And it was funny because I think the cop did recognize him.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
he
what I'm
was like-
saying.
yeah. He was like, "Hey, Mr. Diaz." And he's like, be safe tonight, okay? And he's like, thanks, dog. I really appreciate it. Dude, and Joey was like cool as a cucumber about it. He was just like, yeah. You know, he had his hands up where the cop could see him. And
Yeah.
yeah.
That helps. That all helps.
Yeah.
Dude, I think if you have a little bit of celebrity status, they give you a break. I know a couple.
You
One of my
think? How about O.J. Simpson? You know that guy? Jesus Christ. Fucking
just a
decapitated two people. He's all playing golf right now. Hello, Twin World.
Well, my buddy's dad used to work for the CHP, and he pulled over Exhibit one time. And yeah, pin my ride. Yeah, and they'll let him off because they know that those dudes will usually make a donation to the foundation afterwards. So Exhibit made like a donation after, and it kept them in their good graces. So they're like, all right, you were going 100, but we'll let you slide.
Do you remember sorry, this is back to OJ. Do you remember on that documentary they showed he was so fucking broke and he had he owed all this money to lawyers. So what he would do is he would have good friends.
Well, rightfully so. They got him. They got him off.
He would have really good friends filming him, and then they would send it into like TMZ and shit, pretending that they were like, "Oh, we got OJ taking down the flag at his house," and so his friends would film him, and he'd be like, "Oh, come on, guys, have a little class, would you?" And then they showed videos, and there were like outtakes. OJ was like, "Hang on, let's do it again."
Put the 35 on. We'll restage it.
Can you come in from this angle?
Yeah.
Really? I think I need to be a little more soft.
You guys, I just looked up if O.J. Simpson is a cameo. If we can get a cameo from O.J. Simpson, and I think he has one.
Oh my god, how much is it?
Hold on, I'm looking.
It's probably something ridiculous.
It's probably
Him and half of the Fourth Wall comics have one as well. If you want to get, if you want Ian Russo to sing "Happy Birthday" to your fucking grandmother.
which if you do want to book a cameo from the Verzi triplets, it is a pretty good deal. You get 3 of us for $10. So just don't.
$10, that's pretty good.
It's a damn good
How
deal.
long
yeah.
is it? A minute? A minute two?
It's however long you want it to be.
What's
Can
the
I
worst
give
one?
you guys $10 to do one in front of me?
Yeah. OJ's not on cameo. Wow, they pulled him off.
Oh, he was on and
That's
they pulled
a
him.
That's a bummer.
He should sue.
He should too. Maybe you can get slide in his DM.
He could do an OnlyFans.
What do you think OJ's OnlyFans would be like?
He's been involved
Probably
with
him
Blaze
just-
enough.
It'd be him just talking about fantasy football.
OnlyFans.
I don't know
to
what
see
happened to the
football?
Ravens, man.
You know what, though? From the looks of it,
Mahomes.
he's actually lost weight
Has
from
he?
what he was in Vegas, yeah.
He actually seems like he's not as mentally unstable as they led him on to believe.
No, he's not. He's a psychopath.
He,
Well, then he's doing a good job hiding it because I've
Yeah.
seen his shit on Twitter.
yeah,
and it
they're,
seems like
they're
he's
great
normal.
at hiding it, of course.
Yeah.
This OJ guy seems like a really cool dude.
Yeah, have another drink. Let's invite him over, you fucking idiot.
He lives on like a golf course. Like he's doing good.
To
He's
be
got
honest,
the
I would
NFL
say-
pension.
I would invite OJ over. He's not going to kill me. I'm a dude.
Well, that's not the point. Is that he murdered several other human beings, and it's morally reprehensible to fucking support him. But hey, you do you, baby boo. What am I saying? What am I gonna do?
Announce that on your TikTok.
Well, those are separate entities. I'm not affiliated with the Verzi triplets.
You're like, oh, not that Mitchell Verzi.
Yeah, different.
This
different
is the
guy.
Mitchell Verzi with a Y.
Paul Verzi. I'm Paul Verzi. Yeah.
I didn't invite O.J. Simpson over. You fucking...
What a maniac.
And then what?
Really, what
I
would
don't
you
know.
guys do?
As for fantasy football advice, I feel like we could watch some old highlights. You could be like, yeah, this was in '78 when I was going against.
They want me to run this way, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna run this
Yeah.
way.
Here's a weird flip flop to that though. Would you have John Landis be on this podcast?
Ooh.
I think about that all the time because that would be a weird.
So what did John Landis do that was wrong?
He fucked up big time.
yeah,
though.
and he
You
knew
can't
it.
do
It
that
was
shit.
really egregious.
You cannot
Everyone
do
told him
that.
not to.
What did he do?
He was directing. He's a director. He made Blues Brothers and
Yeah.
a bunch of big
Animal House?
Yeah.
Yep.
So when he was making the Twilight Zone movie, he did like a really dangerous effect with a helicopter on set with kids that weren't even supposed to be working. It was the middle of the night, and then the helicopter fucking crashed, and then literally chopped 2 kids and Vic Morrow to pieces. It's like on camera, you can see it.
It decapitated
Yeah,
Vic.
just fucking chopped him in like you're throwing a fucking mouse into a lawnmower
Like a
blade.
helicopter blade?
Yeah, the helicopter fell on him
my
and chopped him and 2 fucking kids, 2 little kids, Vietnamese kids.
Holy
But it
shit.
was really dangerous, and everyone was like, "Don't." And he changed a bunch of stuff at the last minute, like fucked up all the safety. So he was on trial for manslaughter, and he got off. So,
Wow.
And like I don't know, I've heard stuff that he doesn't even really seem that like regretful about it. Like he's just kind of whatever about it. But it's
for the art.
If you get him drunk, he tells you what really
yeah. But
I
still
didn't like
made
those
somebody
fucking kids.
It still made some of my like favorite movies. So it's I've heard him on other podcasts and he's great. Like he's got so many stories and like perspectives. But it's like I don't know what I have in my mind. It's a weird like kind of moral quandary.
Well,
like,
he's a murderer.
Sort of, yeah. So
those are tricky.
I slam you for OJ, but
Wow.
I throw myself under the bus for
Big chopper.
yeah. That was in Simi Valley. That happened.
Oh, was it?
That's where they were filming that. Yep.
My hometown.
Yep.
Damn.
God bless.
Too bad you guys couldn't play Filipino.
I know. Just a little closer to the house.
We tried. We auditioned for it. There's a tape out there where we tape our eyes.
I didn't think you were born yet.
They'll resurface in 15 years.
Yeah. Put chopsticks in our mouth, try and represent the teeth. Yeah,
It's the only time the Asian Coalition wanted you to get they wanted you to whitewash those roles. Maybe would have killed the Verzies.
Damn, that's gnarly.
Yeah, you never heard about that? It's crazy.
No, I never heard about that.
Yeah.
And he paid a lot to keep it that way, you know?
I'm sure, yeah.
Well, you know what
Jeez
though?
Louise.
He stopped making movies. Like
But he made
They-
Three
they-
Amigos after. He made stuff after that.
He made Three
Did he?
Amigos after?
He made Three Amigos
It was
after.
after?
I'm pretty sure.
He
I
did-
remember hearing a story on set where there was supposed to be this scene where
Yeah, I killed these Vietnamese children in the last movie I did.
yeah. There's supposed to be this scene where like they
He did
get
Stallone movies from there on out.
they get almost stampeded by this like herd of fucking cattle or something like that. And they get pushed and like they hang over a cliff or something like that. And they were trying to work it out, but it ended up being too dangerous. And I don't know if him and Chevy Chase like somehow they got into it about it. And Chevy goes, yeah, watch out, or he'll get more of us killed on his fucking set. And then
Wow.
allegedly, John Landis punched him in the face, and they got like a fist fight on the set. And they had to pull him apart. That's what I heard. I don't know how true. Well, that's what I heard. I don't know how true that is.
I mean, he
but-
also did Trading Places, Coming to America. I mean, he did.
Yeah, that was all after, because
Well, yeah,
Twilight
that
Zone was
was-
pretty early. Twilight Zone was like 82, 83.
It was 83. He also did Michael Jackson's Thriller in that same.
And he did black and white. Yeah, he worked after that. He still worked.
I'll be
I know they used some,
goddamn.
Yeah,
they
isn't
used
that
some of the
crazy?
kids for some of those background in the Thriller
Yeah.
music video.
They rose from the dead and did the Thriller
Yeah,
dance.
you either get chopped up or molested. Those are the only fucking choices. Landis.
He did Beverly Hills Cop 3, by the way.
He did.
Three Amigos.
Hey, and that serves him right.
Yeah. Look, we didn't suffer enough. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff.
He did a lot of movies afterwards.
I read this book called Apocalypse on the Set, and it was like 10 of like the worst like on-set disasters in history. And the chapter, I mean, if the author's telling the truth, it seems like pretty like it's got all the sources cited and shit, but it's pretty fucking egregious. I was like, man, that was like it was
was
so
the-
irresponsible of him.
What was the worst one?
Shit. That might have been it. I can't remember. Read it well. It's a fucking good
Was
book.
Brandon Lee in there?
I think it was. Yeah.
That was a weird freak situation too.
Yeah, that was really weird.
What is
there
that
was-
one?
He died on the set of The Crow. There's supposed to be blanks in a gun, and what happened was there was like when you shoot a blank, and I don't remember I remember reading about it, but there was some sort of explanation that it didn't fire a bullet per se, but it fired a piece of shrapnel and it got him.
I think it was an actual live round by mistake.
It must have
Really?
Yeah, I just listened to like a podcast about this not too long ago, and it was all these details I didn't know. I was like, holy shit.
Because
The prop guy fucked up.
Yeah, one of the things you're supposed to do is you're supposed to point offline from the actor. So, because on film, you don't have to be pointing it at the fucking guy. You can point it away.
Yeah.
Just so-
blanks, you big baby.
That's probably what he said to him.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
come
pro-
on. You're not gonna die young
Even the
like
prop
your
guys.
dad.
Even the prop guy says it's blanks. Like, yeah, it's blanks.
But it's sad. It was like it so didn't need to happen. But again,
Wow, you're
some
28.
fucking idiot screwed up and now robbed
And then
us.
the
of-
actor that shot him, like, that basically ruined that guy's life. Like,
Yeah.
he dropped out of acting and all that shit. Like, I didn't know that. Yeah, one of the actors, the
yeah.
other actor shot him, killed him.
So I don't know, but I did
What a fun
want to say
episode.
this.
I would keep working.
Boy, if you're talking about just a jinx of a movie, he debuted opposite David Carradine in this movie, and he had quite an eventful ending as
Isn't
well.
that how Bruce Lee died too? Right? Or
Bruce Lee.
he had a son, right? That got shot.
This was his son. Brandon Lee was his son.
Oh, Brandon Lee. My
Yes.
bad. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, Bruce Lee died under weird circumstances
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel
that
like they
story.
might have.
He smoked hash, and I think he had an allergic reaction to it and croaked.
No, they said okay. It says cerebral enema. Cerebral enema.
cerebral.
It's a
Yeah.
brain.
Read the card, moron.
Excess-
Read the card.
Excess accumulation of fluid in the intracellular spaces of the brain.
Interesting.
But it was after he did
What
drugs.
was that caused by? Yeah, let's see.
I mean,
Will
The
you
martial arts like
read
that,
my
though.
audiobook if I ever print
Fuck
one?
you fucking cocksucker.
but martial arts like that has effects, right?
And I saw him in the tent, and I knew I had to suck his cock. The following... This is Mitchell Verdi reading My Life Overweight by Eric Rocha
My life.
with a foreword by Rob Banks. You should read this book. It's good. I don't even like books. I didn't read this one, but I will. Signed, Rob Banks, April 2024.
I thought he had like a. I thought Bruce Lee had like a. It was like a tragic deal on set as well.
No.
Okay, this was all like.
You know what's pathetic? I always get the way that Bruce Lee died and the way Harry Houdini died mixed up.
What the fuck?
Remember? No, just like, I always thought that, like...
Oh, I could kind of see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bruce
that's
Lee
right.
would, like, you know, spar with people off set or some shit like that. And then, didn't Houdini die of, like, a ruptured something in
Yeah, he
his
let somebody
stomach?
punch him.
Yeah. So, I always get those two mixed up just in terms of death.
That sucks. What a shitty way to go. Him
Yeah.
and William Holden have two of the most undignified. William Holden got too sick or got too drunk, and then passed out and hit his head on a fucking coffee table in his garage and bled out. No one found him. What the
Oh my
fuck?
God.
So shitty. He wasn't even that old. He was like in his 50s.
He was a badass.
He was great.
Jesus.
He's Ronald Reagan's best man at his wedding.
Dude, that's something like that where I got too drunk and I was climbing over. When I was in college, you could either go around and take like a big loop of stairs, or you can just hop these railings. And there's one day I was super shit faced and I fell back on this metal crate, and the back of my head just gushing blood. And
Hey.
my one buddy,
He hopped over a railing, he hit his head, and instead of bleeding out his head, piss just started coming out the bottom of his pants.
that would have been much better, because I had to get 4 staples.
Oh, come on. He pisses his pants a lot when he's drunk. That's where I was going
but
with
that's
it.
I scraped the shit out of my face because I was at this concert, hammered, and the security. I jumped this fence to like leave sooner because it was raining, and then security guard came over, grabbed my hand, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not gonna do this." So I ripped it off and then tried to run, and I slipped and fucking fell on my face.
Oh, Jesus.
I've had that too.
Fucking.
I got shit faced. I ran and I just face planted on some cement. Looked like just a giant scab all on my face.
Non-union labor.
But yeah, I had to get staples, and my buddy was just like, "Oh yeah, I don't go here. Like, you know, he's fine." And they like put a band. He said put a Band-Aid on it, and I'm literally have a fucking gash like this big.
Oof.
Yeah, I still have the scar on my head. It's cool.
What were you drinking? Like that means anything.
That's
Oh, yeah, that'll do that too.
dude. That's my one buddy that just like he always has the way like, you know how me and my brothers were all very competitive. Like he's the dude that'll like, whether it's like beer pong or like chugging, like he always knows how to get under my skin and get me to drink a ton. So I think that was mainly just like beer and vodka. Freshman year of college, it's like cheap ass vodka and what else you can do? Like whatever else you can get a hold of.
You're like, thank God I didn't hurt myself. And you look at your car and there's like 4 cheerleaders that you ran over. There's a pom-pom stuck in your grill. I remember one time we went to this lake with my buddy, and so fucking pathetic. You know when you're in the sun and you're just drinking and you're like, you get that much fucked up quickly. You're just like, oh,
Sweat everything out, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm all fucked up, and somebody's like, hey, the Doobie Brothers are playing like 30 minutes from here. And I was like, Doobie Brothers, let's go to Doobie Brothers. And I fucking got in my car and I was driving.
Oh.
At about 15 minutes in, I was like, oh man, I'm tired.
Oh no.
And all I remember is waking up. And I was like, I had pulled off the road, but I had pulled off too far, so I was kind of like leaning. It felt like on Beetlejuice when the dog is like on the other end of that fucking.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Did the front left tire give out?
So I woke up and I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking hammered. And I looked and it had been like an hour later.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to miss the Doobie Brothers. I fucking drove. I get there, pay like $8 for a ticket. And I walk on the floor seats. Nobody stops me. Nobody. They don't give a shit. I get right to the front, and they play "Listen to the Music," and they stop, and everyone's like, "Woo!" And I'm still hammered. I'm like, "Yes, you guys rock!" And the drummer throws his stick, and I catch it.
No way, really?
I did. I caught his stick, and I was like, "This is the greatest night ever!"
That wasn't the last drumstick you had that night.
You're not lying, dude. So here's the thing.
Did you use it to scrape the toddler out of your fucking grill?
So they had this tent with barbecue, and I was like, I need to eat something. And so fucking
Shocker.
ate that thing, and I get in the car, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be sick. And I was like, oh no, I forgot my drumstick. And then I was like, oh fuck it, it's the Doobie Brothers. Who gives a shit?
Wait, you left it?
Yeah, they're the
Aw.
Doobie Brothers.
Was it like the original drummer, or is this some
Fuck
session
no,
guy?
dude,
Oh,
this was
yeah, some like 30-year-old black dude.
exactly. when they die, they just replace them with yeah.
Some carny got very happy that night. Got
Exactly.
a free drumstick out of it.
No, they probably fucking gave it back to the Doobie Brothers. They're like, hey, nobody wanted this.
Yeah, the drummer had to do a shift afterwards and serve fucking chicken.
There's barbecue sauce on this. Just wipe it off. It's still good. You guys are playing fairs. I know you can't be doing this shit. I don't know.
Was the car still on when you pulled off? Like when you woke
Oh,
up?
yeah. It was on.
Holy shit, man!
Jesus Christ.
That's crazy.
I drank and drove a little too much. I used to, dude, oh, this is so bad. I used to love getting a 6-pack of beer and driving around in my bug. And
I forget you had one of those.
You would just listen to music and you would just drink beer. I think I might have done it with you once or twice.
And maybe if I drove, yeah. Dude, after this DUI experience, or almost DUI experience, I'm like, I'm never going to do another road beer. I used to do road beers all the time. I almost did road beers on the way back from San Diego. I thought of it. I was like, but I also thought, I was like, I don't want to do that tonight. I knew instantly.
It's
so amazing. It's so amazing, but it's not worth it at all.
Yeah.
because the music's there. Like,
You're just cruising.
you got music.
You
Great view.
You could do it if it's like your first drink, really. But after a few, then you're gonna start swerving and stuff.
Yeah.
So not a good thing, but my uncle was we were going up to state wrestling, or not, regional wrestling, and he was like, here, I'm gonna pick up a few beers if that's okay. And I was like, yeah, okay. So he gets a 6-pack. I've got it in between my legs, and he's like, are you gonna fucking just hold those, or are you gonna open it? And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, drinking and driving. And he's like, so the trick is to keep it between your legs. That way nobody can see it. And he goes, and always drive 2 miles under the speed limit.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? And he goes, yeah, just let people pass you. You want to know where everybody is at all times. And I was like, holy fuck, how are you so good at this? And he's like, I've been doing this for a long time. It was fucking amazing, though. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I stopped doing it, too, because it's just
I mean, I remember
bad.
doing it in
That's
like
probably a good thing.
doing it in high school. Because we'd have fakes, so we'd go pick up like a 18-pack, and we'd like, all right, let's go to the Beechwood Mall. It'd be like a 30-minute drive, and we just hop on the freeway and just cruise on up,
Yeah.
have a couple beers.
In Ohio?
Yep.
What's the dumbest thing you got away with?
I always think of like there's been like 2 or 3 times where I drove drunk, but I also took Xanax, which also like, which in those moments I was like, I should not be driving right now. 2 things. One time I drove with Xanax and I had been drinking, and then I had a truck, and I was like, I'm gonna go off-roading real quick, and I don't remember where I went off-roading. I just went off-roading somewhere, and I'm just like doing donuts, and I just hit this fucking pole on the side of the truck, and I was like, oh man, I still don't remember where it was or how it went down. And I was just like, and I just remember thinking like hitting the pole, and the truck stopped, and I was like, I should get out and look at this. And then in a split second, I was like, nah, I'll just leave. And I just scraped the side of my truck and just drove off. And then I got to my house, and I grew up on 4 acres, so I was like, I got to park the truck behind the house, you know? And so I parked it behind the house. And Xanax, you have memory loss when you're on that drug. And so I woke up, and I was like, oh, my truck's parked in the backyard. And then I looked at the side, I was like, oh, yeah, fuck.
He reads the paper. Somebody did donuts in the battered women's shelter activity yard last
You know what
night.
fucked me up is 2
Hit
weeks.
the rabbit hutch.
I had, dude.
The battered women's rabbit hutch.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I got to do one quick thing. Thank you to everybody that came out to the show that we did this last weekend for the. We raised money for the battered women's shelter. I believe that's where it went. So,
Right.
anyways, thank you guys for coming out. But Rob,
I had a moment like that though, because 2 weeks later, I was at work and some random guy was like, "Yeah, you hear about that hit and run on I-77?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, someone died." and I did like the math. I was like, "Where are you at?" He's like, "Up near Cleveland." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Yeah.
It's probably Bando. It's up there.
But the
He's
other time though, we took another night where we took Xanax. They had all these. We were drinking at a friend's, and he lived across the street from a highway on ramp, and they had all these construction things on the side of the roads. We all got all gooked up, and we're like, let's go block the freeway entrance. All gooked up, twisted.
Never heard that term before.
Me neither. I like it though.
I think my grandpa used to say
I
that.
used the context clues, and I liked where it took me.
But we blocked off the freeway on ramp. Then we just watched people pull up, and some people, drove away. Some people drove around the blocking. And I was like, that's pretty ballsy. Just drive around that.
That's
So
great.
go ahead.
No, I said that's great.
Those are
That
the
was-
two that I probably the most messed up. We stole a whole 24 pack of Tall Boys from a country concert. We did that, and just started handing them out to people. They had a bar with us. It was like a circle fence in the middle of the lawn where people were at. And so my two friends distracted the two guys. And I ran up behind and grabbed the whole pack.
You know what's weird is I've been to Ohio, and I'm not surprised by any of this. Oh, there is literally
Yeah, people still have fun there.
nothing
Yeah.
to do
You
there.
shouldn't be surprised. Fucking one time, a Coors truck, like one of those big ass Coors trucks, they got a flat tire, and it was right outside, like where my buddy's barn was, and like they farmed, so like they lived on acreage too. And the guy walked up to his house and like, "Hey, I'm really sorry to do this, but is there any chance I could use your phone? I got a flat tire." And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, okay." He goes, "Our phone's not. Sorry, it doesn't work." And he goes, "But I'll drive you into town and you can use one of theirs." And he's like, "Okay, that's fine." So the guy
checks all the locks on the truck.
he does. He puts his locks on. I was like, "Okay, let's go." Fuck, dude. This stupid motherfucker really thinks that he could stop farm kids from breaking into a goddamn truck. So I remember I had cut to this party and I'm like, holy shit. And it's a room full of beer. I mean, just stacks and stacks of cases of beer. And I go, holy shit. And they're like, yeah, we got all kinds of beer. And he like bit into one to shotgun it, and he just fucking threw it against the wall. Ah! And I was like, how the fuck did you guys get so much beer? And then they told me the rest of the story. He's like, well, after he drove him into town, he goes, I called Bob, and I was like, you got your bolt cutters, Bobby? And he goes, I'm on my way, bro. And he drove down, and yeah, dude, fucking bolt cutters cut whatever the fucking shit he wanted on. Just snap, snap, click, click. They open it up, and dude, it was so funny because all those farm kids brought their what do you call them? Their four-wheelers. Just brought them down, and they start stacking them up.
Fucking, that's great.
Go up the hill. Just kept going up, and they robbed that
military operation.
fucker blind.
Damn.
And yeah, and so then I don't know how. Oh, they got a call from the tire shop that they were, and he's like, yeah, just let you know we're on our way back to the house, so could you check on the truck? And he's like, yeah, okay. So they're like, let's go now, Bobby, come on. They kick it into overdrive.
It's like a fucking Burt Reynolds movie.
Yeah, dude, they're just fucking loading
The
up.
Duke boys are at it again. That's like Lord. That's like
That's
Lord of War.
amazing.
That's like Lord of War when they fucking landed that plane in the middle of Africa, and then all the African people just came over and took everything from the plane, and then took the panels of the plane.
Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, man. We had so much fucking fun though, and it was a shit show. It was like everybody was getting hammered. And
For free. That's great.
We drank.
Especially when you're young, because you don't have money to buy booze like
No,
that, dude. That's
no.
like a fucking gift from God.
Now, did the that truck driver, did he come back and notice right away, or?
Oh yeah, truck driver came back and he looked and he said, he goes, yeah, well, that's about right. And he looked at the guy and he was like, did you guys do this? And he's like, I know what you're talking about, man. And he's like, sure you don't. And he goes, well, I think it's pretty respectful considering I gave you a ride into town to use the goddamn phone. And the guy's like, sure, okay. And he just fucking got back in his truck and waited for the dude to come out and fix his tire. Did. And I was like, did they send any cops or any shit like that? I was like, no.
Wow. The truck just does a U-turn and goes right back to the fucking plant.
Could you imagine? And
That sucks.
That's why I always laugh at that scene in The Irishman.
I was going to say, he shows up like De Niro and the Irishman. I don't know. Was there? No, it's not. I don't know.
What do you mean, Frank? What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. Is there? No, it's not.
Well, it's not my fault if that's what you're saying. Well, whose fault is it, Frank? I don't know. Don't look at me, though. Just fucking completely. Farm kids were the fucking... They were the best to party with. Like, I loved partying on that kind of land. Like, because you'd set up bonfires. Did you ever do bonfires? Bonfires. You go out to the lake. You'd fucking... you could shoot a gun just anywhere. Like...
Well, you can do that in the city, too, which is a little more to hit.
Did you have anything like that, or how many people were in your town?
It was like kind of small town suburbs, but we were pretty close to the country. So I went to some like kind of country parties, but we were suburbs mostly, like bordering on like ruralness. But yeah, we had like parties out in the fields and all that kind of shit. That was fun. The only thing I ever almost had accident wise was I was with a dude. I think I was like, it was before I even drank. I was like fucking 19. And we were following, like, we worked moving furniture, and you could only hold like 3 people in the cab. So it was a big job, and there was like 10 of us, like a couple guys that have to follow. And the one dude, I think he was my age too, he was like 19 or 20, and he fell asleep at the wheel while we were following the movement. And I was asleep. I like just went back and like closed my eyes because it was Saturday morning. I was like, I don't know, I was up all night, but I wasn't drinking or anything. And he had a fucking, like a Thunderbird with the fucking T-tops off. And like we're driving, and he fell asleep, and we just went off. We went over a bridge. We went down a fucking hill.
Oh my god!
And over a bridge. I wake up on this film like, I was like, what the fuck? And I'm reclining in the chair, so I can't see over the fucking door. And I'm like, what the fuck? I can feel us like sliding. I just hear him go, oh shit! And when I got my eyes over the door, all I see is these tree branches, and they just go. I was like, fuck! And we went right into all these trees and shit. And we went down this hill and through these people's. We ended up in like the woods behind these people's house.
Did you hit a tree?
No, we missed everything. And then like
the audience is going, damn it!
Oh
yeah, no shit. The guys, the Rotten brothers that own the fucking moving company, they saw it happen and just kept driving. They had a job to get. They're like, yeah, we saw you guys go off the bridge, and we're like, oh, they're probably dead. They just fucking kept going.
Jeez.
So we just drove through these people's yard and shit out on the street, and like somehow the cop showed up, and I mean the dude was hungover, he wasn't drunk, so like he couldn't get like breathalyzed or anything. But the cop was like, he goes, I checked where you guys went off the bridge, and there was like where the rail goes into the ground. He's like, you missed that by about 2 fucking feet. He's like, if you would have clipped that thing, you would have rolled all the way down the hill. Right. You guys would have both been dead. And I was just like, I want to fucking kill this guy. I was like, you fucking asshole. Like, I didn't even drink. I wasn't even a fucking drinker yet. Way off the fucking hill. It's a steep hill, dude. It was crazy. It was like a fucking 90-degree incline, like right down. It was a miracle nothing happened.
See, I caused an accident like that once.
Oh, yeah?
So I was with some friends, and we were driving down the road, and there was this box of just random shit. And they're like, all right, man. And he's like, how about you hop out real quick and just check what that was? And we're going to go up and turn around and come back and pick you up. And I was like, okay. And it's just like a bunch of like metal, like debris and shit. Like nothing, like stuff you used to hang a shelf with. And I was like, oh, this is pointless. And this woman comes down the road, and she just stops in the middle of the road. And I know her. She's like a substitute teacher. She's good friends with one of my sisters. She's like, hey, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, I just pulled over. My buddies are coming back to pick me up, and I just, getting this stuff. I was like, oh, okay. And then she was on a hill. She was on the bottom part of a hill, so cars were coming over the hill, and they're like, what the fuck? And so like a few of them stopped, and then this fucking Jeep came over the hill and did not see it and did not have time to stop, so it pulled off into the ditch and then just slammed into a fucking tree.
Oh, fuck.
And just created this whole entire scene and shit like that. And my friends came over and they swooped over like, what the fuck's going on? And then I just got in the car and we just left. And then that woman messaged me like the next day or something like that. She's like, yeah. She's like, all the cops gave me were like a ticket.
Jesus.
Wow. Did the guy survive?
Yeah, I think they were fine. But
Well, that's good.
I think they had time to like slow down. They didn't go full speed at it, but
I mean, that's not your fault.
That would be
no, it was hers.
easy fucking Robin Williams.
That's my defense attorney right there. Yeah. It's not his fault.
She was in the vehicle.
The thing that gets me is, could you imagine, Luke, say you woke up from a sleep and you just like felt a rumble?
Yeah, I just, it was like just the whole like horizon was like this, like through the steering wheel. But I'm like, I was so reclined, I couldn't fucking see anything. I could just, I knew what happened immediately. I just didn't know how bad it was going to be. I was like, we are going off a hill.
Because at what point? So you were already going down the hill when you woke up.
Yeah. That's
And
like
was that
I
when
wasn't
he
totally asleep. I was just kind of like resting my eyes, but like I didn't even know what happened.
Oh.
Because he just fell asleep and just went, just fucking right off the goddamn side of the
When
road.
did he wake up in that moment?
The same. That woke him up. Yeah. They called him Beaker because he was a big, tall, and the way his hair was, he looked like Beaker the Muppet. That was his nickname, Beaker.
Could you imagine? Were you in high school when this happened?
I was 19.
Could you imagine dummy hair Luke, his picture like blown up in the casket? His senior year.
Yeah.
You're on the front page of your yearbook.
He's like smiling with his braces.
My dad's smiling because my teeth are still straight. Money well spent.
Josh is sitting in the front pew. I was fucking stupid. I can't believe we're missing Saturday cartoons for this stupid shit.
Yeah, that was a close one, man. We just missed a giant rock, too. There's a huge boulder at the bottom of the hill, too. We just fucking missed. It was like, someone was looking out for us that fucking day. Yeah. That was a close one.
Oh, your mom.
Yeah.
Why?
Then we get to the thing, and it's like, yeah, we figured you guys were dead, or if someone would find you. We're like, cool, thanks for stopping, seeing if we were alive, you fucking maniacs.
Your dad brings all the snakes to the funeral and stuff. You guys want to pet a cobra after you pay your respects?
Yeah,
Come on out
$5
back.
you get a picture with it.
Nothing helps grief like petting a cobra.
Yeah.
He puts one in with him.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
This was his favorite
It's
snake.
like coiled up and like protecting him. We're gonna bury it with him.
His favorite, Luke Jr. His eyes are all fucked up.
Stupid.
The sketchiest driving incident I had is me and my brother we all used to drive a big moving truck, a big like 18-foot moving truck.
Oh, this was before they made it.
This was back in our construction days. And dude, there's one day that if you've ever gone on the 405 like during prime traffic, it's just always shit. But we were going to Long Beach, and we done stand up like the night before. This is like when we first met you, when you were like drinking hard and like passing out outside of Fourth Wall.
I wasn't passing out.
Okay,
outside
well,
of Fourth Wall.
yeah, I mean, pretty much.
You made
laying
it to
out there.
Bullet before that.
Thank you.
We drop you off, yeah.
Just
But-
push him out as you roll
I mean,
by.
this was like
Screech out.
I think this was like 2017. It was a while ago. But we used to drive. It would be like doing stand up till like 1 at night, and then getting up at 5 and like driving these moving trucks.
Man, you
And-
guys used to work so hard at your craft.
Yeah,
You did. You guys were fucking hustlers.
yeah. Now we TikTok. Anyways, so
Wait, do it again.
now we're TikTokers. Which, by the way, I just got an email. Apparently, I mentioned before the podcast we might get verified on TikTok. Apparently, that was spam. So,
son of a
Wait a
shit.
minute. So
it was not happening. Yeah, that was such a boner
Not
killer,
yet.
dude. Yeah.
Boy, I just got to have funeral music queued up on this show.
They was just telling me before too that they thought they were going to get all this money from this African prince. They just had to just send him $5,000 and they get $2 million. It's been a hard night.
We are suckers for good scams. That's really what we are.
It'd be great if one of us had sent the email. Oh, we're going to verify on TikTok.
You could have, you know what? I should have known better because Sean was the one that fucking, hey, look at this email. And of course, it's TikTok. It was like TikTok helps live at Gmail. It's like TikTok doesn't have a fucking Gmail that it sends shit out of.
It was Uncle Look too at Gmail.
Yeah, it was literally like, Weird Fellas too. Yeah.
Uncle Puke.
Yeah.
He just barely hides his name.
Anyway, so we would drive these like 18-foot moving trucks, and like literally, like I was like so sleep deprived that I would shut my eyes while I would like do like long blinks and like only reopen them in between lanes.
Oh my god!
So you would drive the lane, and if you ever felt a bumper, you'd like open up again, and then you like it was like
Jeez.
yeah, it was bad. And there was one day that some fucking cocksucker. It was like between an interchange. It was like on the way to Long Beach. So it was like 405 and like one of the ones down there, like I don't know, like the one towards San Pedro, and this one fucking idiot literally cuts across 6 lanes, and this big rig in front of us literally has to slam on the brakes, fishtails, right in front of us, and I just had to like skirt and go like 3 lanes over, missed it. This fucking big rig, I think a couple cars hit this big rig. And this other guy obviously gets off. He gets his Allen ramp off, obviously. But, like, there was an accident behind us. We managed to get around it, and then we just kept going.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I was going to say, that had to be Rob Banks.
Yeah, it was Rob.
I remember that.
Couple Xanax.
I just remember hearing the screeching. I'm like, oh, I got to go.
It was Rob's substitute teacher that was just like, oh, well, would you believe that?
Crazy.
I'm glad you saw that in between one of your long blinks.
Yeah. Dude, those were so sketchy. I don't know how truck drivers do it, honestly. They're like out of their fucking minds.
They do meth.
They literally have to do meth.
Yeah,
That's the only way you could do it. Like,
God, I remember that green car that you had. Do you remember?
The Mustang?
Yeah, the Mustang. Sorry, I'm really great with cars.
And the transmission that would like, you'd shift into drive and it'd like 1, 2, 3, and then it'd like jerk real quick.
I can't remember, but we were doing something where you were like, oh, I took you to the airport, I think. Mm-hmm. And
right.
I drove your car.
Right. The tint, yeah.
I fucking hated it because the back window was so tinted I couldn't see shit.
5%.
And I was like, I had to like Ace Ventura my fucking back. I was like, Jesus Christ. And Rob was like, hey, you're going to have a car, buddy. You'll be driving them home from the bullet. It's going to be great. And dude, that car didn't move until I went to pick you up. That's how terrified I was to back it out.
Yeah, I think that the 5% tint is why I got pulled over in San Diego, you know?
Oh my God, dude. I was like, Rob, how the fuck do you see out of the back of this goddamn thing? And you were like, well, it's good to see you too, Eric. I was like, how do you see, Rob? I don't know how you do this. And you started laughing. You go, sometimes I don't. And I was like, I can't. Yeah, dude, your car scared the shit out of me.
You don't got to worry about what's behind you. You just keep your eyes out front.
You did tell me that. You go, well, quit looking at the past, Eric.
Dude, I miss your fuck truck, man.
Oh, man, I love that truck.
For anybody that doesn't know, Eric used to have a Toyota Tacoma that he would drive around. And I don't want to say
Tundra.
Yeah, Toyota Tundra. And he would pretty much just go to the bullet bar, pick up twinks, and plow them in the back, which, by the way, not a lot of room. So I don't know how you fucked them.
But they were so high off the ground, too, you probably had to fucking pull them up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Crazy.
Well, that's what got him. I was like, that's fucking my truck. And they're like, okay, let's go. And they're like, fuck yeah.
They've probably literally never seen a truck before in their life.
I know, right?
And then get the fuck out of my truck.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then you just kick them. No. You didn't have to stop. They had balance. Most of them were cheerleaders.
Kick them out of the truck, they land right on their face.
Yeah, they're like cats. They land on their feet and hands. And they hiss at you.
Stop.
So,
dude, trucks are expensive in Southern California. It's insane.
But it's a big write-off if you get the right ones.
Here's the thing. I would, if I ever made it, so to speak, I would totally get a car and I would have a truck
Yeah.
just because it's so
Same way.
practical in California to have a truck.
Even a Tacoma, you know what I mean? Like, it's still good on
Those
gas.
things never die.
And I miss it. So even moving, I could not fucking move jack shit in that goddamn Honda Civic. I can drive that thing till the cows come home, but dude, you cannot fucking.
Even when he drove for us, it was awesome too. It was like, fuck yeah, Rocha in his truck. You could take so much shit.
Yep.
You could put all the gear in it. It was fucking awesome.
Yep. But now it's all gone.
Because a lot of people ask like, oh, what's like if you make it big, like what's your big dream car? I'm like, I don't think I want anything more than like a nice F-150.
Right.
That's it.
You could tell how fucking hard we were up for stand-up because I remember telling Rob, I was like, man, I want to get a car that we can tour all over the country.
Yep.
And Rob's like, yeah, we can take turns driving. And I was like, fuck yeah. You're younger than I am and your eyes are better. So just make sure you're doing it at night.
Somebody offers to drive, they can fucking drive. I'm done with it.
Speaking of which, Rob, this is my birthday too of 8 years in stand-up. How long have you been doing it? You were just before me.
Wow, what a celebration.
Well, I would say like since 2013, so what, 7-8 years? But I don't know. I did it off and on 2 years prior to that.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you started before me actually.
But I remember I came here to take it serious in 2013, at the end of 2013. So,
in between Xanax and drinking.
Yeah.
And driving.
What does Xanax do? Doesn't it knock you out though? If you take it when you're drinking, doesn't it just make you go to sleep?
It's more of like a anti-anxiety pill.
Oh.
So it makes you a little loopy. And
it didn't knock me out. It just made me fucking high.
Right. You know, we would take pain pills like oxycodone and like Percocet and stuff like that, and we couldn't get that. Then we would get Xanax. And that it sort of gives the same effect, but the side effect is that it gives you memory loss, where in comparison to like the oxycodone and stuff like that, it doesn't do that same effect.
No shit.
Well, if anybody doesn't believe America has a meth problem, I think Rob is.
Oh, there's a
prescription
huge
pills.
problem.
Yeah.
There's a huge, with prescription, oxycodone, heroin, all that downer sort of drug problem.
Yeah.
I had to go, for work, I had to go pick stuff up from people's homes, and like on the bed, it was just like pills wrapped up in like a sandwich bag and stuff like that, and I'm like, damn, like,
Lunch.
and that woman was like a teacher at like UCLA, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just so like it's so prevalent.
Prevalent.
Yeah.
Yeah, brutal.
I was flowing good there until that
you're
word
good.
popped
That's a
up.
toughie.
The whiskey's kicking in.
So yeah, man, it's my birthday month, so I gotta toast you, Rob Dog.
Oh, you're actually
Cheers
celebrating
to
your
you.
fucking
man, I'm excited about
stand-up
it.
anniversary?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
actually
at least I'm
tonight.
still doing it, you
It was
fuck.
in April, your stand-up?
It's a hiatus. Okay, I'm like Dave Chappelle.
Okay, so let's break that down, because 8 years ago, so what, April 2013, right? So I met you probably towards the end of 2014 or 2015 at the Oyster House.
Yep.
So what spots were you doing previous to the Oyster House, do
I
you
was
think? 'Cause
doing
I remember
flappers.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Because I still have the fucking... I was getting booked like crazy on those flapper shows. And I remember thinking, I was like, oh, God. That and...
Uncle Clyde's comedy contest competitor, Eric Rocha.
Oh, God. I remember if you were a good comic, you took second or third in that.
Yeah.
That's real. That's a true winner.
I got that $50 Flappers gift card once.
It's enough to buy a couple bullets.
But yeah, like, that was where I met you. That's what I was trying to dig out of Brock before he became a monk and didn't want to talk in front of a microphone. But I was telling about Eric, the heckler.
Uh-huh. Because I remember you
Piece
used
of
to, you'd
shit.
done big wangs.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where you
Big
met
Wangs.
He
Moratorium.
sat on them, yeah.
I remember I did that mic once though, and I was like, "This mic's fucking terrible."
Yeah.
You're like you're doing a mic in front of people playing like air hockey.
Skee-ball? Yeah.
The one in Hollywood?
Yeah, the one. in
Yeah,
Hollywood.
that was brutal, dude. That was a tough fucking
people at
mic.
the bar just watching like football.
You stood in
on
front
the
of a
Lakers
dartboard.
game.
There wasn't even a stage. You just stood in the fucking rec room and
Next to the pinball machine.
yeah.
And Haiti would just be yelling at you, and you're like, "I don't need to."
You talk
come
about
back
polar
here."
opposites for those careers, man. Those two hosts. Holy shit.
It was funny, yeah.
Tom Allen and Haiti.
One racked up a record,
What a
and the other
duo.
one is, maybe on Netflix soon.
Tom Allen actually booked me on my first show. It was at that Big Wings.
Oh shit.
he was like, "Are you really gay?" I was like, "Yeah." You want to do the show? I think they needed gay people, so he was like, all right, we got one. Hey, we covered that quota that we wanted.
Tom is great, dude. I fucking love Tom.
He's funny.
And then
For those that don't know, it's Chad Goes Deep. He's fucking hilarious.
it's funny because we've seen so many, like,
Dude, he was at Menente's show in his living room when his first video went viral. He's like,
Oh, really?
I don't know what it is. Like, I just got a lot of views. He's like,
Jesus.
like, oh, it's dope. He's like,
What a place
Yeah.
to remember that from. Jesus.
I know, right?
the only reason
Yeah, I
remember
took a piss in that bathroom and then I went viral. And you're like, oh, those are your two memories?
Well, the only reason I remember is because I met Tom like at a couple of the
Right.
shows we did back in my hometown, and then it just so happened I think either we were performing, you were performing, or Lucas was performing.
All
And-
three of us did a show for Jake. Jake, I think we
Cannon.
were all on it once.
Yeah, and Tom was on there. Yeah,
Yeah. I still got
And,
the flyer.
yeah, he fucking just blew up that day. He's like, yeah, I don't really know what to do. And then
Remember we didn't have
from
a
there-
crowd, and he goes, "We have to like bark to get people." And it was in the middle of
Yeah.
like the UCLA campus. He goes, "Hang on, bro, I'm gonna go get some people." And we're like, "Okay." And then he comes back. I just see this like army coming down the fucking street. The guy like walked around the block. He's like so lovable and like has such a fucking effect on
Everybody
people.
loved Tom Allen.
He just comes back with like 9 people. We're like, Jesus, Tom, what the fuck? He's just one of those guys.
Dude, that place was such a fucking blessing. I wish that place was still open. I think they closed it finally.
Oh, really?
But that place was...
That place has been around for a long time.
Dude, it's the only place where you have to bar people in, but you can perform as long as you want.
But I'm saying, like, that's been around since, like, the 90s, right?
Yeah.
That venue.
yeah.
I remember one time, I wasn't there, but Jake Cannon was telling me about another comic. He was talking about Tom Allen, Chad Goes Deep. And there's another comic that I love. His name is Frank Lanier. If you ever listen to him, check him out, crew. And Frank is as lovable as any guy you've ever met. He's just a really nice guy. Like, I love seeing Frank at a mic, and I'm just like, hey, buddy, Eric Rocha, how are you? It's good to see you.
He's a very nice
Just-
dude, yeah.
Yeah, just no pretension, nothing. And so Jake was telling me this story, and he goes, so Tom had kind of a hard night because the audience just really didn't get what Chad Goes Deep was doing. Everyone was like, yeah, good job, Tom. Good set. And he goes, and then here comes Frank, and Frank looks at Tom, doesn't give a shit, just goes, boy, they were not happy with you. And Tom was just like, yeah. It was tough up there. He goes, oh, they did not like you.
That's what you need. It's a medicine.
Oh, good old Frank. Oh, shit.
Dude, you would eat fucking cocks on that stage. Like, the only thing that was the one shitty thing is like you literally have to convince people to come off the street that are just walking by to come into this creepy theater. By the
They're
way, It's
leaving
just-
In and Out.
Yeah, leaving In
God.
and Out to come in there, eat their In and Out while they're watching a show where they have nothing, they have no idea what's going on, and then convince them, or at least be funny enough for them to stay. And sometimes they did. Sometimes most of them left. Most of them, we get a lot of homeless dudes in there that would just like try to get the free
yeah.
alcohol.
The worst was you would get high schoolers going into that show. And I remember it was a kind of a exercise in crowd work. Because I remember going there one time and this kid just kept fucking just mouthing off. And I was like, okay, who keeps talking shit? And they were like, him. And I go, okay, what grade are you in? And everybody's answer was like, sophomore. I'm like, yeah. I go, have you fucked pussy yet? And he just kind of looks at me. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, have you gotten herpes or any kind of like fucking sexual transmitted disease? And he's like, and I got off the stage and I was like, just look at me. Don't look at your friends. Have you had any pussy that was tainted? And he's like, no. And I go, okay, I've been fucking for a while and I've had a lot of STDs. So when you heckle me, you're like an STD that's really easy to fucking clear out of my system. That's what I think of you. I go, I hate you at this show right now. So why don't you take your faggot friends and you guys go do a circle jerk on a cookie and then eat it. And I go,
I call it
just
Okie
get
Cookie.
the fuck out of here. And everyone's like, God damn.
That's vicious.
Oh, yeah, dude, I didn't give a fuck. It was one of those nights where it was just like, I don't even give a shit.
Yep.
And then there were 2 people that were like, "Oh, thank you for getting them out of there." And I was like, "Jesus, none of the other stuff bothered you about the STDs or any of that?"
No.
And they were like, "We got really nowhere else to go tonight."
Yeah. It was literally people that had nothing else to do with their time. But that's pretty fucking gnarly.
I got a fucking STD from one of those kids. They came to the show, and I went
Chinese,
back to
man. They spent all sorts of
No, it
diseases.
was this Mexican kid. And he came to the show, and I went back to
Friendly
his little
fire.
dorm, and Jesus fucking Christ.
I didn't know that, really?
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
You buy everyone beer too.
I know, dude, oh, God. I don't know, though. The improv, it was okay. It was nothing like the schooling that Oyster House gave us.
True.
I mean, what do you think, Rob?
Yeah, I mean,
Oyster House seems
I
like
agree
it's
with that.
unparalleled in terms of just fucking gnarly, terrible sets you guys have had.
I agree with that. Just because you can't really, there's like a 1% success rate of having to bark people yourself, and then be like, "Oh yeah, in 10 minutes, I know I just
I'm
got you
performing,
good." Yeah,
yeah.
I'll be up there. Like I know I'm the street hustler and the performer, so you're probably very confused of what's going on here.
Well, yeah, and
It's called a racket.
because I saw you become a beast on
I
stage.
mean, at least the Oyster House, you could sign up early and be like, okay, at least if I'm the first like 7 or 8 people, like I'll probably have a good shot of having a good set. You know, then it comes down to the writing more. Where
Yeah.
like the improv space, it was like, it doesn't matter what you write. Like it's either they like you or they don't, and
Yep.
that really comes down to
Yep.
it.
You were always like the hotbed for if there was a new comic, I'd always ask him like, "Hey Rob," I still do that to this day.
I know a lot of people do.
Hey Rob, what do you know about this guy? He was like, he's good. Like he does, and he'll name the part of town that person does a lot. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, the West Side. The West Side comics.
Alt.
Luke knows them.
Oh, yes.
Luke used to go over there.
Yes, I do.
He's like Tessio, fucking West Side, good food. Nice
Put my ear to the
bathroom.
ground.
Special creatures.
He
over there.
come from Burbank.
Oh shit!
He run with a Wiki tribe.
You got any shows coming up, Rob?
Nope.
Well,
One and done, baby. San Diego. I'm retired now. That's what I love seeing the Universal for. He's like, I thought you quit. I'm like, I did. I quit every day, man.
I'm the only one that knows. You're also the only one that knows that you came out of retirement. Time to start working on that novel, right?
why TikTok, bro.
Yep. Yeah. As he's
Sorry.
chewing ice.
It's good
All
radio.
right. On my left.
At Mitchell Verzi, at Verzi Triplets on all the other platforms. We're not getting verified on Instagram or on TikTok, unfortunately.
It'll happen.
That was a spam. So pretty disappointed in that, to be honest.
That's fucking funny, man.
I was getting ready to celebrate, and
I know we were
Wow.
gonna eat some cake for it, you know.
yeah.
On my left, or excuse me, on my right.
Oh, the one, the only Luke Allen at Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram.
Happy birthday!
Birthday,
Happy
boy.
birthday, buddy.
16th.
birthday.
Thank you for my cake. And live from the 4-5 podcast.
Alrighty, and Bobby.
Comic Rob Banks. All the platforms.
Only
hey,
fans.
I don't want you guys to follow me, you know? I'm good. I don't post anything. I put stuff on the story. That's it.
I hate
know?
that you have your comments turned off in your story because I always want to
I
like
did?
tell you. Yeah.
Oh, I do?
Yeah. At least for mine, yeah. Because like you always put stuff up, and I always want to like ask you something about it, but there's no. I don't have a comment thing on mine when you're.
Oh,
You should change that, probably.
Good, Rob.
yeah. No, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
You might want to interact with
Because
your
I think
fans.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, check it.
No, fuck them all, Rob. it's worked for you
Some
so
people
far.
react with the emoji thing, you know what I mean? So I get those. So I don't know. Does that even pop up for you?
No,
Okay, then yeah.
it might be mine, but I don't know. Yours is the only one I know of that doesn't have the comments turned on. Sorry, I didn't mean to do a deep Instagram fucking
Well,
settings.
fuck me, right? You know? I guess I won't be coming back on this podcast.
I don't know no better, so let's blame the weather. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hit Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it.